Alrighty, this is our Japan versus Cuba business project that we're working on. This is just some examples of Japan. Over there, bowing is a major thing. So you see over there that man is practicing sliding bowing, which is a more like a parody thing, but it's true as well. Japan's also about family, so just a picture of Japan's family as well. Marketplace Japan. The opportunities and challenges of communication in a diverse world, Cuba versus Japan. It is third largest economy in the world. It's a high income and a stable democratic market. It benefits from a skilled and educated labor force that is committed to work. Japan has a high expertise in tech as well.
To understand the concept of culture and overcoming ethnocentrism and stereotyping in Japan. They are a high context culture where people rely heavily on nonverbal communication and implicit understandings to get their message across. Silence is a significant mode of communication in Japan. It is more important than words.
Legal and ethical differences. Japan. Legal systems and ethical standards are rooted in a value system that prioritizes the group over conflict among individuals. Corporate ethics emphasizes loyalty and have a hierarchy where juniors expected to defer to the seniors. Cultural context influences legal and ethical behavior.
Social norms and customs in Japan. Respect and rank are very important in Japan, um, and especially when interacting with others. Punctuality is a core value, and it's also a sign of respect for employers. Formal language and honorifics are essential for addressing others, especially your seniors, in a business or other respectful setting.
Nonverbal communication. Bowing is a traditional greeting, and the depth of the bow signifies the level of respect. 15 degrees for casual, 30 degrees for formal, 45 to 60 for deep apology. You want to avoid touching or showing affection in public, and personal space is very valued. Prolonged eye contact is generally avoided and can be interpreted as disrespectful.
Generational and age differences. Age is a primary factor in social and business hierarchy. The older you are, usually the more respected you are in the hierarchy. Japan is an ultra-age society with a declining birth rate and a high median age. Older adults in Japan shows more personal growth compared to midlife adults, reflecting a culture where aging is associated with maturity and value.
Gender differences. The perception of men and women in businesses varies and remains relatively conservative. Gender inequality persists in the political and economic aspect of Japan, with imbalances tending to get pronounced further up corporate. Traditional expectations often impact women's career progression and work-life balance.
Religious differences in Japan. The two dominant faiths are Shintoism and Buddhism. A mix of faith is common, and religious differences are not a primary source of social friction. Ability differences. Disabilities that affect communication are an important aspect of the diversity. Assistive technologies and AI are enabling new tools to create more inclusive workplaces.
Adapting to different business cultures. In Japan, they wear dark conservative suits for formality and respect. When exchanging business cards, you would start with a bow, present the card with both hands, and treat it with respect. Clarifying indirect communication during negotiation as a yes may be used as politely avoiding saying no.
Okay, so now we're moving on to the Cuban slide. Baseball is a really big sport in Cuba. It's a national sport as well as salsa. It's like the main dance that people learn from a young age. Like everybody knows how to dance. And here's a picture of the flag and the capital at the top. That's Havana. And then there's a picture of the map. Marketplace, Cuba. The opportunities and challenges of communication in a diverse world. Cuba versus Japan. Cuba is a developing nation with a socialist economy that's gradually opening to a private enterprise and international partnerships. Strong emphasis on education and healthcare, highly uh, literate and communicative workplace. Limited access to modern technology and internet can pose challenges in global businesses and communication.
Developing cultural competency in Cuba, understanding the concept of culture and overcoming ethocentrism and stereotyping in Cuba. Cuban culture is expressive, warm, and people centered, emphasizing personal connection and open emotional communication. Ethnocentrism is reduced by Cuba's history of multicultural influences, Spanish, African, and Caribbean heritage.
Legal and ethical differences in Cuba. The legal system is socialist, and businesses operations are highly regulated by the government. Social norms and customs. Social interaction is friendly, informal, and filled with warmth and energy. Physical touch, such as handshakes, hugs, and pats on the back, are common ingredients.
More nonverbal communication in Cuba. Highly expressive nonverbal culture uses gestures, facial expressions, and tone to convey enthusiasm and sincerity. Touching is frequent and friendly. Personal space is smaller compared to Japan. And generational slash age differences. Generational gaps exist mainly in access to technology and political attitudes. Extended families often live together or maintain close ties across generations.
Gender gender differences in Cuba. In practice, traditional gender roles still influence family life and workplace dynamics. Communication between genders is open and expressive through sometimes informal. Religious differences. Predominantly Catholic, but a strong Afro-Cuban spiritual traditions like Santeria, Dublin, African, and Catholic beliefs. Religious tolerance is high, and spiritual practices are integrated into music and festivals.
Ability differences. Government emphasizes social inclusion and health care for all, including those with disabilities. Accessibility in public spaces and technology is improving but still limited. Adapting to different business cultures. Business meetings often start with informal conversation. Building trust and personal rapport is essential. Handshakes are common and physical warmth is appreciated.
Okay, this is the end of the project. Thank you.